Welcome to Rich Conversations, and welcome to my kitchen. My humble kitchen. This kitchen probably hasn't been touched since the 1970s. We have drawers kind of falling apart. We only have like one functional burner. But that's all we need. Because again, we're talking about the fundamentals. We don't need to be fancy. We just need to be simple and execute well. And the reason that I want to do this recording is because it's a few days after the Super Bowl, and that's really when I consider the new year. Like this is where I start to get intense, focused, and I really foot to the gas pedal, to the floor, like let's go. I worked at a Buffalo Bills bar, so the playoffs are still going in January, and then there's February and the Super Bowl, and it's such an American tradition to get together and just have a good time, have a party, and for me, it's a great kind of, it's a great time to be like, okay, now tomorrow we start new. So I would just want to share some of the things that I'm going to do. Now, I have 2 trips coming up to warm weather areas. So that's what I like to do. I live in Chicago. It's not the cold that bothers me. It's really the like 20 to 50 degrees and gray every day for like 4 months straight. That's what I don't love. So I plan trips during this time. Now, last year we went to Mexico City and Miami. This year we're going to Los Angeles and Miami. So I'm really excited for that. But I want to get in like better beach shape. I've been doing pretty well with some of the things that we're going to be talking about already. So now we're just kind of just focusing a little bit more. And it's all about fundamentals. Now we have diet and we have exercise. With exercise, we want to move our body. A lot of people think you need to go to the gym to lose weight or to do workouts. No, I'm designing my entire workout routine this year to be mobile. So I'll do it in the apartment. I'll do 1,000 free squats and I'll do 1,000 push-ups every single week, 4 different days. And then I'll do stairs. I live in a 14-story high-rise, so I'll just run stairs. I'll do 8-minute abs with the video that we used to watch in high school that was recorded back in the 90s. So really just basic, fundamental stuff. Move your body, take walks, just get it going, right? The second part is diet. And diet is probably the most important thing. And so that's what I really want to go over today is just basic, fundamental kind of building blocks for how to live healthy, how to lose weight with it, that are really effective. So the main 2 things to understand and to not consume are sugar and greasy food. That's how I kind of market. And if you avoid those 2 things, you're going to be in a better position. You really have to watch for sugars though. So this is my basic diet. In the mornings, I've had the same breakfast for like 10 years. And it's based off a local farmer who ate eggs and oatmeal every day. And he lived to be like 92. And I was actually a pallbearer at his funeral when I was like 10 years old. But I was like, yeah, he lived a good life. He just lived by himself and he ate eggs and oatmeal every day. So that's what I do. We have oats, old-fashioned oats. You want to stay away from the instant oatmeal. Those have a lot of sugars in it. I use avocado oil. And I have eggs. I'll do 3 eggs. And blueberries. And I use some spices. So I put 3 spices in for the eggs. Salt. I like basil leaves. And then this is a za'atar. It's a Middle Eastern spice. So I like putting these in with the eggs that make it interesting. But I never get sick of this breakfast every day. I've also been adding avocado a little bit into the diet. this is one of the best. These are some of the best foods you can eat for your brain. Your brain's going to love this. So that's what I eat every day for breakfast. And then lunch and dinner, if you take a look at my fridge here real quick. So I'll bake chicken, and I'll also bake ground beef. Now this is 93% lean. You can tell the difference too between 93 and 90. It's pretty interesting. And then so I have these protein shakes that I make, and so we have, we get like 2 of these, right? So we get like 2 of these a week, and we put it in a NutriBullet. So we got spinach, and then we put a scoop of chocolate protein powder. I don't take any supplements except protein powder. I have chocolate and vanilla for different kind of concoctions, I guess. But there was this guy, when I was bartending, this guy would come in all the time, and he was a flight attendant and a burlesque dancer, and he had this hair like Janelle Monáe, and he was so fit. I went to one of his shows. I was like, man, that dude's got it. And he said all the supplements he takes is just protein powder. That's it. And so I really thought about that. Our bodies are biological processors. So we want to keep it simple so that our body that has evolved throughout all these years can handle what we're putting into it. So we want to stay away from chemicals. We want to stay away from foods that have gone through a lot of processes. So if you look right here, we have a lot of basic kind of true to their form, natural foods. Now, getting back to the protein shake, so we would put a scoop of protein powder in there. We have spinach. We put a little bit of milk, water, and then some frozen bananas. Now, we have, if you take a look right here, we kind of have a little arsenal of frozen bananas. And every now and then, so I try to stick to this diet 5 out of 7 days a week. Those are the marks that I try to hit. And it's basically those things every single time. And then what keeps it interesting are barbecue sauces. All right, so we have some barbecue sauces. And I'm also really interested in pesto. Love pesto. So that's always keeping it different. Now, we mentioned about sugars and processing. In America, the way food works, companies create food products and they put it to market. And it's up to the consumers to decide whether or not they want to consume it, whether they want to buy it or not. So there's less regulation in the ingredients as, say, the UK or something like that. I mentioned I do like 5 out of 7 days. Some of the other days I'll do, if you see all of these bananas are in Talenti gelato containers. These are some of the best containers out there. They're really effective. They're really like high quality. So this one was Madagascar vanilla bean. And then also Twizzlers. I don't always eat, you gotta live a little bit too. Now right before the Super Bowl, I consumed, because I knew we were gonna get on this, this focused routine. So I took a package of Twizzlers and ate it in like 3 days. And I was looking at some last night. I was like, we're using pull and peel here. I was looking at it and I was like, it's really red. That cannot be a natural thing. And it's artificial coloring red 40. And I Googled it, and it's banned in the UK and Europe. Some other things that are banned there are breakfast cereals, like sugar cereals, Ritz crackers, Skittles, a lot of food that adds extra chemicals or oils, just different processes that aren't as natural. But this is pretty much our diet, and we just stick to it. And again, we've built in kind of those 2 days where, life happens and you're with family, you're with friends. You don't have to be 100%. But if you're consistent, the thing is consistent, and with very fundamentals or fundamental structure of how nutrition works and the foods you want to eat, you're going to do pretty well. For snacks, I get apples, and I eat them with peanut butter. We have carrots. We have Greek yogurt that I had in here. So just being disciplined with that, and especially working towards a goal. Like, I'm going to Los Angeles and Miami, and it's always nice when you go on a trip to just feel good, feel confident about yourself, and really hit your stride. Now, I mentioned sugars before, and that's what you kind of have to watch out with. Some of these things you don't think would have these sugars in it. Barbecue sauce, right? Oh, you think it's just like a normal thing. Well, this has 11 grams of sugar in it, right? Now, this one is sticky sweet, so you can know it's going to be a little sugary, but this one is original. It has 5 grams of sugar. So just be careful about the sugars. Stay away from soda. A lot of these beverages, a big question I ask is this natural or unnatural? So when we're drinking water, is it natural that it tastes like watermelon? Is it natural that it tastes like black cherry? Is it natural for it to be fizzy? Like, just kind of some of those basic questions. Use common sense and do it that way. But yeah, if you're looking for a routine and diet, stick with fundamentals. You don't have to get fancy. You don't have to get all these supplements. Just basic stuff. Respect your greens, your proteins, fruits. Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty simple. So, hope that helps.